Hey, it's Nooch, and we're doing something a little bit different today. We're going to be looking at a website that is a great resource for all of us and you and me when we're developing our rosters for Lego Legacy Heroes Unboxed. And that website is, as you can see over here, llhu.gg. So this is a website that has really been put together and funded and creatively designed by the minifigure empire with primarily the help of Darth Dees. And he didn't really want to mention, but we're going to throw it out there. Darth Dees is the guy that has done most of the design, or maybe all the design for this site. And the really cool thing is you've got all sorts of different ways you can look at the game. You can see here at the top, it's got the Ghostbusters are here. So it's letting you know what's going on with the game. But let's go ahead and scroll through and see what this website's got going on and how it can help you build your roster now and in the future as the game releases more content like the upcoming, I believe it's a space raid that's coming, and inevitably we'll have some kind of guild versus guild events or player versus player events, and you'll need this site to really understand what's going on. Right here where you can become a Patreon, and we're going to look at that at the end because first you want to see all the cool stuff before you consider actually forking out your hard-earned money for this. So Lego Olympics, this is, if you click on each one of these things, it'll show you. So since there's not a lot of player versus player or guild versus guild content right now, some of the guilds on Discord have joined up to start some internal competitions. Not sure this is updated, but they're going to start having, so here for instance, the first competition will be Brick Race. Up to 3 members from each guild or alliance will race to see who can finish Brick Expedition the fastest each day. So just kind of an external event that's measured measured by the guilds and shown here on the website. And if you want to be part of that, you can join Discord. You can look up Nooch, it's Nooch hashtag 2580, and we can talk together. It can get you connected with a guild and get you going on Discord so you can be a participant in that. Characters. This is literally a list of all the characters. So you can see here, we start with Admiral Nunchuck, Arctic Explorer Aurora, Basil the Bat Lord, or Basil, and down to Zombie Zane's Zuppy. And this shows you, so the star unlocks, so Nunchuck is unlocked at 4 stars, Aurora is unlocked at 2 stars, Basil is unlocked at 3 stars, and a lot of these are at 1. So it shows you where you can unlock them. Their max health, max attack, max defense, speed, skill, etc. Over to their alignments and roles, which are really important because you know that explorers you're playing in Glyph and builders you're using in Pip Town. Then you got roles like supports, healers, tanks, and those are used in your daily challenges, and themes such as pirate, city, castle, space, which are used in the weekly challenges that come out once a week, or the weekly events, I guess, like the gold event or the gold event that uses pirates, the gear event that uses space, etc. There's sub-themes which are become important for character abilities, and also with the cross theme, I guess that is as well. But more than that, more than just that, you can look up a specific character. So let's take a look here. Nooch has been working on Barnabas, and where is he? He must have some other kind of title in there. Dragon Master Barnabas. Okay, so you got to use the full name when you're looking for him. And once Nooch finishes his pirates, Barnabas is one of the first characters he's going to work on because Barnabas is a builder, and he's a builder. He's part of a castle team in King's Court, and there's a lot of castle guys in that builder. We got Magisto, you've got, what's her name? Princess Verda, right? Yeah, Princess Verda. So Nooch will be working on Barnabas as a tank once he's done with all of his pirates and getting that worked out. Here you can see all the gear that is required at level 1, level 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's once you get to level 5, here's all the gear that's required to get you to level 6. Once you're at level 1, here's gears required to get you to level 2. And it shows you the increases you're going to get. So the max health increases you'll get from that gear, and the level increase, the gear level increase, attack, defense, shows you all the extra things you're going to get from that gear increase. Down here, it shows your base stats. His max health at very base is 178. His max health when he's completely maxed out is 10,500. Same with attack, defense, speed, on down the line. And then what you can do is take a look at, let's look at Barnabas. Let's get him to 4 stars, level is going to be closer to 50. So let's say 4 stars, level 40, gear 3, and let's see what that looks like. We load that. We can see at 4 stars, level 40, gear 3, Barnabas is going to have a maximum of 5992 health, 824 attack, 390 defense, and on down the road. So you can really do some research and see what characters are going to look like as you get them geared up and leveled up. Then you can decide if you want to continue with that down the road or maybe look at a different character. So this is a great place to research the heroes that you may or may not want to gear up or level up or star up or whatever mess up in the near future or distant future. So it's a real great tool to help you build your squad that way. Let's go back to the home page. We can keep scrolling through. You can see that all these things we're looking through on the home page are also up here on the top right. So we could do that, but we want to give you the experience right now. Gear. That was one thing we didn't look at with the characters. So let's say that we have a character that requires, we don't want to look at the basics. So we got a character that requires a fancy ice pop 2, and we want to see what that's made up of. Well, for one thing, there's the rarity. You have to be at level 47 to get the fancy ice pop 2. The crafting cost is 18,000. It requires a lofty apple 1-bit and a fancy boombox 2-bit. Now, one place that I for sure have talked to Darth Dees about improving, and he's working on it, is getting the recipes for these lofty apple bits and the parts, getting those recipes in, and then showing you where you can farm them in Piptown or in Glyph Hunt. So that's going to be a future feature of llhu.gg, that it'll show you where you can find these pieces of gear. But right now it just shows you what is required to put these things together. And so you can look at that. Now, one thing is, if you've got these characters leveled up to where they're using these gear, you can scroll through the individual missions in Piptown or in Glyph Hunt, and it'll show you if they need it, if it's at that level. It'll be helpful when it's on here, because then you'll actually know where you can get it and what you got to get opened up, or what you're going to be looking at as far as cost for that node once you get there. So that's a cool feature, is also looking at the gear and the breakdown of that. Status effects. This is great. So when you are leveling up your character's abilities, so you're using the elixirs to level up their abilities, it'll say like inflicts clumsy for 2 turns on every foe or whatever. Well, you may know what clumsy is if you've been playing long enough, but you may not know. So, and those elixir guides don't tell you what clumsy does. So this is a great place, actually, llhu.gg, to come to the status effects section and look here. Clumsy guarantees the next attack from this minifigure will miss its target, clears after being triggered. So what a great, well, first of all, what a great status effect that is. That is a great debuff. But if you need to see what any of these things do and you aren't sure, open up your character over here on your phone or your tablet, or if you're doing it on a computer, that's fine. You're allowed to do that. And see what those effects are, and then come over here to the effects. You can also see these special yellow effects that you get from Castle, or like Ash has these, or Zombie, and you can see what those are about. Zombies here is revive. May revive zombie who is defeated, clears after being triggered. So this is a great resource to look at those status effects and really understand what they do and how they're going to impact your game and what you should upgrade with your elixirs on your characters. Events. So this details the weekly events, it's weekly events. So you've got the daily events, which are over in their own building. And those are, your 3 times a week, you can farm certain kinds of gear or gold or whatever. Is it 3 times or 2 times a week? It's all of them on Monday, and then so twice a week. You can do them all on Monday, then you do them one more time throughout the week. But here, these only show up once a week, and they're in your events placard, I guess, or whatever you want to call that thing on the game. So right now, today is Sunday, right? Yeah, so Sunday through Monday, and this updates, so these scroll up. So on Monday, it'll be showing Gorwell's Great Escape. On Tuesday, it'll be showing Explorers. So you can look here and see what you've got coming and what the rewards are for it. So you know that Sunday through Monday is a bad tour, and the rewards are this. Monday through Tuesday is Gorwell's Great Escape, which we know uses space, and the rewards are here. The rewards are gear. Tuesday through Wednesday, you're farming Explorers tiles. Wednesday through Thursday is your treasure, is your coin, which is Nooch has been working hard to get that. And you have to know it's Wednesday through Thursday because you can run it once on Wednesday, and you can run it again on Thursday after the reset, which for Nooch is anytime after, I believe it's 1 a.m. through 10 a.m. that Nooch can run that a second time. So you need to know when these are coming and when they're about to show up. So if you don't know them, this is a good place to come and see what's coming up. And here right now, there's a master event going on, which is Ghosts and Garmadon. This is under the rare event title. So when the Ghostbusters are going on, which they're not right now, this is the only thing that's going on with Ghostbusters right now, is the Ghosts and Garmadon Part 2 to get Slimer. And this is, so again, a great resource to come and see what events are happening, the regular events and the special events. Down here is content creators. So if you want to find some great content for the game on YouTube or other sources, I believe there's some Twitch stuff on here as well. There's Bulldog, and you can click on his videos on here. Some of his Bricko, some of his videos. Here's Nooch. Nooch made the big time. Nooch made the big time. Here's Nooch, Nooch's channel, Brickdown, which I believe is a podcast, and that might be on Twitch, and the Escape Pod. Same thing on, I don't know if it's on YouTube or Twitch. So you can find content creators on here. And then let's see if, are the members down here at the bottom? It is not. So one other thing you can do is you can become a member and use your Gameloft ID that you're going to find in game under settings. And you can choose a password, you enter your email address, you become a member, and you can see what your name is, what your guild is, your Discord ID. It'll find you on there once you enter that stuff. You can look up specific characters. So, oh boy, Nooch didn't pick out a characters, but you can pick out their 3 attributes and look up those players and see who they are and what guild they're in. You can look up a guild and see all their members that are registered on the site. Now, you can only find players that are registered on this site and guilds that are registered on this site. So we need more people to come and register so we can make this a larger database and make it more useful. And the eventual goal will be to have the ability to go look up a player's heroes. So to look up all their heroes, see who they've got, what gear level they are, what star level they see, their entire roster. Because when the game does eventually turn to some guild versus guild or player versus player, or even these raids that are coming up, it's going to be really important for recruiting that you know what somebody's got in their roster. So if we get this space raid and it requires space characters for it or whatever's going on, you're going to need to, let's say it requires space characters. You're going to have to go, it would be great to come on here and look and find people that have really good space rosters. It's like, hey, I want to join your guild. Well, we're really focused on this raid right now. Do you have a great space roster? And the answer is no. Unfortunately, we need you to beef that up a little bit before you can come join the guild, even though we have a couple spots available. And that's going to work on down the road. As you get to player versus player and guild versus guild content down the road, you'll be able to see, hey, we're fielding these certain teams on defense and these certain teams on offense as we do like a guild contest or something. So we need to make sure you've got those geared up before you can join our guild and help us contribute to those contests. That is the basics of LLHU.GG. It is really exciting to see here in its infancy. It is already useful, and as it builds and grows, and as Dark D's comes up with new designs and works on that gear especially, and then works on the character or the player search under the members search to see members, and we get more members into LLHU.GG, it's going to become a great launching pad for a lot of people to develop their teams. Now you can become a Patreon right here. You just got to click on this. You can go, and for as little as $5 a month, or I believe the next level up is $15 a month. If you want to help fund this site so that we can give Dee's the resources he needs to be able to invest his time to get this site really up and running and something special for the community, then this is the place to do it. Nooch signed up for $5 a month at the moment, and we're just kind of trying to get a little bit of funding there going so that we can force Dark D's to spend his weekends developing this site. That's the way to go. So that is LLHU.GG, and Nooch hopes you can go there, become a member, maybe become a Patreon if you feel so inclined, but basically use this site as a really good tool to help you develop your roster and your heroes and see what's ahead of you with your hero roster. That's all Nooch has for today, but when you're looking at this site, you should always keep in mind, Nooch too good.